Alright, welcome back, ladies and gentle jammers, to the Chupacabra's lair. We got more of that sweet astroneering business going on today. And I have sort of found some new materials here underground. So, we've got this red shit. It's like laterite, or whatever the shit that is. And over here, I found some malachite down here underground. And the deeper we go, man, I don't know. There's more of this green business, this green area. And that's about as far as I've explored underground. So basically what I did to find this new area was I took all of that compound that we had farmed up before, or at least I had gone back to farm up, and I kind of went north of the base in order to find this area. So basically, north of the house is just like a giant endless plain of this blue business. And this blue rocky business kind of goes on for a while. And then, like, off in the distance, you can see it kind of becomes some random plants again. And I just decided, what the heck, I'll just make multiple points of entry into the underground world. And who knows what I will be able to find, including this plant with a free tumor that I can go and research. So, excitement ahoy, yay, and my backpack is full of a bunch of spare oxygen. So I can pretty much just burn this stuff without worrying about being near my oxygen tether back to the base. So I'm still on the hunt for a source of, or at least a pretty consistent source of aluminum. So far, I have really not found any. Aside from that one crashed pod that we experienced, like, in the first episode, near that giant solar array that had crash-landed here on this planet. So, I'm thinking what I might do is I might just dig down near the base in order to see if we can't locate, like, another underground area that's a bit closer to home. That will be easier to deal with than all of this business. Let's just research this puppy dog. It's probably full of more, alkaline? No, it's full of coal, which I didn't even know I possibly needed. So there you go. Yeah. That's all I got, really. We're gonna go look for more stuff. I'm gonna leave this laterite and malachite here, because I don't necessarily have any use for it for right now. And before I go off on our little adventure, I should probably find another source of compound, because I need to make more tethers. I'm not entirely certain if this game was intended for you to abuse tethers the way that I am, but I can't imagine that I'm the first person to use them this way, certainly. So I'm gonna head over here. Somewhere back over in this mix and match is probably a source of compound that I haven't exhausted or nearly exhausted yet. It seems to be that here it is, here we go. It seems to me that a lot of this compound stuff kind of occurs in these forested areas. That might not always be true, because from what I saw on my other save file, there's a fair amount of this that can be randomly generated in a number of areas, but I mean, in this world, there are some, like, pretty good hints as to what you're gonna find where. It's a little nippy outside today, so your pal Larry has got himself a nice cozy sweater, and he's also got, some hot, delicious tea, which should make for a good gallivanting adventure. So what is not to like? This is another way into the underground. In fact, this is a giant murder pit, which I would rather not fall into. What else is around here? Murder pit number 2 is over here. Right next to where all that compound was. What else is over here? Well, there's a bunch of free power over here in the form of these crystals that I could gather up. But I'm not really certain if that's gonna be a resource that I want to use for something else. Because something has got to power and fuel the different vehicles that we get access to in this game. And I have a sinking suspicion that that might be what that stuff is useful for. And I'd rather not deplete it immediately while I'm dinking around. I could be wrong, and in fact I might be wrong about what that's for. But we will just have to wait and find out. It's one of those relax yourself and just try to dink around and solve the question for yourself. Okay, so there's a little bit more compound left around here. Why don't we suck that all up? There we go. I'm out of power now. I think 4 things of compound and being converted to 4 things of tethers is probably not the worst way to get started in this adventure. So we'll just go with that. And possibly by the time we get back, well, this tree is still here, doing tree things. Yes, this is full power again, so I can molest this. So what do you have inside of you? You have, just free resin, which I honestly didn't need. Okay. Well, let's get making some tethers, and head back over here to our cave. This one's a little bit closer, so this is probably the one that I'm going to have preference for. And I also learned that we don't need to stand there while our backpack prints things. We can just kind of do the stuff. And we keep walking while our little, like, backpack 3D printer converts all this delicious stuff into usable tether resources. There's almost something funny about being stuck permanently in the falling animation that I actually kind of enjoy, and I'm not sure why. So yeah, I just kind of found my way over here and stumbled down and made a little ramp into this cave system over here. And this is where I finally started finding things that were, if not super... Ooh, hello, that looks important. Let's build some tethers over this way. If not super important, like, new stuff, it certainly is different. And what you're looking for in a game like this is to find out the reason why things spawn in the places that they do. As opposed to just hinking and dinking around, hoping that you just get provided with the materials as you go from place to place. Oh, this is stupid. Okay, well, we can build a bridge. That's the good news over here. So what have we here? This thing looks possibly important. This looks like another pod of some sort. Oh, wait, it's got stuff in it. No, don't fall down the fucking murder hole, you stupid piece of shit. Okay, it's got stuff in it. It's got lithium in it. So lithium is important. Alright, I want you to stick around, Mr. Pod. So if you could just right yourself real quick, that'd be great. Is that all that you had in you, was just a little bit of lithium? Okay, well... that was maybe not as interesting as I'd hoped it would be, but... whatever. Not a big deal. So let's go back in ye old cave. And let's go explore a little bit deeper and see what kinds of materials we might run into down here. Whoa! Settle down. I wouldn't mind if the friction and physics of this game maybe were a little less wobbly. Because that is just making navigation a bit of a difficult chore. So we've got more laterite down here. And whatever this tumor-like substance is. They've got these little nodules that have unknown stuff in them. Which could or could not be useful. I haven't... What is that noise? Okay, that was just... I thought something was alive all of a sudden. That thunking noise, was it coming to murder me? Because usually when I was in caves in a lot of games before, it was because I was playing like a Minecraft Hunger Games map. And I was sneaking around in caves and I was hunting other people for sport. And I mean, you know, it's not the weirdest thing that I've done, admittedly. Hunting other humans for sport. It is called the most dangerous game for a reason. Actually, it's mostly just a lot of accounting, but you know, whatever you want to call it, to be honest. Alright. I guess we just need to go dick around until we locate some stuff that might be useful. Okay. Well, that's this stuff that we could possibly use as fuel. Oh, more of you assholes. Okay. Well, I can deal with that. Ow! Stop it! Stupid frickin' cloud of spores and shit. Now you're just being a dick. I mean, I guess it's good that there's an enemy in this game. At the same time, these asshole things could go away. Alright, perfect. Alright, I guess while I wait for the poison to dissipate, I'll have some more tea. Still looking and trying to figure out where you get copper, because, like, I'd think your copper would be either way above ground, like on a mountain, or somewhere below ground, but I don't know. I'm not really finding anything one way or the other. Like, I'm finding a lot of shit that I didn't even know I needed. So, in some ways, I'm ahead of the curve. In other ways, it's just stupid. But that's why we've got an ass ton of tethers. And in fact, I am almost out of tethers. Which kind of sucks. Okay, well. Good news is there's spare oxygen on the wall, so I'll suck that right up. And that'll hold me over for a little while, at least. While I try to find my way out of this hellhole. Yeah, I'm really just finding a lot more of the same shit, to be honest. And I have really no right clue what any of this stuff does. Wait, this is new. Is this a thing I can have? No, it's not. Okay, then. Oh, there's like a storm going on above ground that I can hear all the way down here. Hopefully the storm only takes place at ground level. Because if I have to worry about that thing fondling me underground, that is going to proper suck. So let's go get back to the safety of the old tether. I don't think I'm gonna find what I'm looking for in this mess. But I certainly found a couple of other materials that I could be of use. This is just... I have a bunch of power. Holy shit. I have plenty of hydrazine, though. That's for sure. Maybe I should get some more hydrazine. Since I'm here. I mean, I might as well. It's not like it's going anywhere. Or at least I'm not finding anything else to occupy myself. And these are just plants, so those aren't valuable. The pod from under this thing might be useful, though. And yes, you can just pluck them from the ground for some odd reason. You know, it might be that one of these plants is what I get copper from on this alien planet. Because some planets don't have certain chemical atomic components in them. So you have to instead synthesize those components via other means, like chemically altering an existing thing on the planet, or maybe fucking with a plant that does it for you because that's a cheap and easy way because the plant grows like weeds. There's a number of different reasons, I would imagine, that you wouldn't necessarily have the material that you wanted on an alien world. I also know that in certain planets you can find, like, liquid and solid versions of, like, oxygen and other volatile chemicals. Get acid rain. That's a fun one. That's the one that'll probably kill you. Is the old acid rain. So that excursion was kind of a bust. I mean, it's possible that I can look this up. Like, where you get copper and Astroneer. And then I can definitively, like, figure that out and just go from there. Because I can see where people might want to just have the raw exploration, but now this is just getting dumb. Like, I've wandered for miles in this game and not found obvious copper. Or anything that I could say, like, copper obviously comes from. So let's have a look-see over here. Put this in the machine. Do the thing for me. Hello? Oh, okay, yeah, I was right. You get copper from, like, these fucking random asshole things. Okay, well, now I know what they come from. That's fantastic. Come with me, copper. I guess if I get, like, a truck or something later, I might be able to, like, have the ability to move multiples of that stuff all at once. Which would be handy. Like, super handy, actually. Let's get some of this shit. It's possible that some of this shit is actually what can give me what I desire. So let's do that. Let's slap this in the old research-a-majig. Give me your research. Give me your secrets. Oh, that's right, it's not day. Shit. Well, I guess I can go fuck up the rest of the forest getting more of that crap. It's not like I'm for want of ugly trees. Can I grab you? I can. I really actually am kind of happy that I don't have to kill all the trees. Or at least knock them over to get access to these things. Because back when I played a lot of mods in Minecraft that added a bunch of functionality to the game, it was always kind of a bitch to have to deal with, like, floating tops of trees all the time. Or, in this case, deforestation. So what did this get me? Compound? Yep, that's exactly what it gave me. Well, that means more tethers for me. Alright, once this is filled back up, I'll be able to fondle it as well. I wouldn't even call this research. I'd almost call this, like, material extraction. So I got some aluminum, which is kind of cool. So, I'm gonna put some aluminum here, because I don't... Alright, so I just have to go fondle these goddamn trees. That's actually a lot easier. Alright. Now that I realize you can just get just about anything from these tumors... I don't know. I don't know that I like that. I think more materials should be, like, mineable. That's a little bit more sustainable and a little bit more controllable. And while I understand there might be a certain amount of stuff in the game... Oh, titanium. Shit, yeah. I know there might be a certain amount of stuff in the game that is up to chance that you find. Like, there's just certain rare materials that, like, it's just sheer luck if you find the area where enough things came together to make them. Like, lapis lazuli is an example of a naturally occurring element on the planet that is extremely rare and extremely valuable. And also, like, really cool looking. So I had a friend in college called Walter. I used to call him Walter Cronkite. Walter, if you ever see this, I don't think you ever will, because you're not much of a digital man. But, my good buddy of mine, Walter from college, he used to be in the military. And back before, you know, 9/11 and the Afghan war and everything, he was in Afghanistan. One of the areas where you can get lapis lazuli was there. And he bought from a bunch of, what you could call bandits. They robbed one of the local mines and shot up one of their caravans. And they were selling some of the lapis for, like, next to nothing. So he bought a big chunk of lapis bigger than your head. Like, you have to use both hands and both arms to carry it. He bought that for $15, and I think at the market rate when I last looked, that was like several $1,000s worth of lapis. I think that thing was worth like a good 50 grand at the time, which was ridiculous. But he just liked it. He just kept it. It was his little memento from his time in the service, and like wouldn't be long after that he'd go to like parts of Vietnam and he'd get malaria, and he'd have to, like, that would basically end his career right there, is having a really shitty round of malaria that almost killed him. And you know what? Of all the diseases to have, or like the viruses, malaria just sounds awful. That just fucks your day up. Fucks your year up, really. Because even if you get out alright on that, it can fuck you up for, like, months, if not years, after you kind of get over it. Like, it does, depending on how bad you get it, it can really fuck up your nervous system and stuff. Sort of like West Nile virus if you get it real bad. Conveniently, even as many mosquitoes as I've had to deal with, I've not dealt with either of those diseases. Even that one year where West Nile was really bad in Colorado. But hey, at least we found out how to get some of these materials, which is kind of cool. You just have to break into all these little compound things when you have daytime power. And then inside of this is aluminum. Shit, yeah, aluminum. You're goddamn right. So eventually I'll probably hit the jackpot and find one of these that contains one more thing of copper, which I desperately need. Wait, can I not? Oh, I can put power into these. Hot dog. Actually, that's perfect. I'm gonna power this thing with more power blocks. Okay, that's actually just fine. Alright, well, that's it for this one, ladies and gentlemen. I've been your host, Larry. Thanks for joining me for more Astroneer. We're gonna get building pretty soon, and probably dealing with all of this spare shit that's on the ground. So, until next time, I've been your host. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time where we hopefully build, some of these fancier machines like that 3D printer. So until then, don't forget to like and subscribe and throw me those awesome hints, and I'll catch you later. Bye, everyone!